Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about my August empties. I don't actually have that many empties for the month of August because I did my other empties quite soon previous to this. But the box is getting a little bit too full, so I thought I would just do them now. I'm doing this before I go over to Europe, so yeah. It's not really August for me, but that's okay. So this is my box of empties for this month. There are quite a few products in here, so I'm going to start off with the skincare items. I don't really have any cleansing items aside from these charcoal facial cleansing wipes. I got these in one of my boutique bags and I didn't use them on my face because I don't really use makeup wipes on my face, but I actually use these to remove swatches from my arms or like my lips, technically my face, when I'm doing makeup reviews. So I don't use them to take all of the makeup off, but I do use them sometimes to take some of the makeup off. And they did work really, really well. I didn't find them particularly amazing, so I wouldn't repurchase them, but they were still fine to use. I didn't use very many masks this month because it's winter and I find that when I use masks my face just gets really, really cold and I get cold, so I use more face masks in summer, to be honest. But I did finish up two Holika masks. There's the Shea Butter mask as well as the Melty Jelly mask, which I did really enjoy, but it was like the worst fit of all time. I also finished up an Annie's Way Hyaluronic Acid mask as well as a 9cc Sea Collagen Herb mask, I think, and both of these were from Boutique's Mask Maven. I finished up some of my active ingredients, so I finished my Klairs Freshly Juiced Vitamin Drop Vitamin C Serum. I remember really, really loving this like a year or 2 years ago, but this time I didn't think that it did that much for my skin, so it's not a product that I would repurchase, sadly. And then also the Sunday Riley Good Genes Lactic Acid treatment. This looks a little bit funny because I actually pulled it open because I don't know if you guys knew, but they have one of these like little like air pump things in the actual bottle. So the bottle actually isn't full, it's just this tiny little air pump. But this does not get to the end of the air pump. So when I pulled this little like sack out, there was so much treatment still left in there, and considering how expensive this is, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get all of that. So I ended up just leaving it sitting tipped down like this so that the lactic acid ran down the tube, and then anytime I wanted to use it I would just pull it off like that and scrape the lactic acid off. Things you do to get the best use out of all of your products. But yeah, no, you cannot put this back inside the glass jar after you've pulled it out. So if you're going to do this, make sure that you actually definitely feel like you're going to be finishing it up soon. Otherwise, I definitely recommend cutting this open and then just scooping it out and putting it into a secondary container, because this is kind of a pain in the butt to use. But I got about, I would say, a month to a month and a half solid use out of it after I felt like I had finished it, so for me it was totally worth it. For toners, I only finished off two. So this one is the Hada Labo Premium Glycogen Lotion, which I actually really, really loved, and I feel like I might be getting a refill of this one because they come in refill packets, so I'm going to be holding onto the packaging of this one just in case I do. I also finished off, but not actually, the Claire's Supple Preparation Unscented Toner. I actually decanted the last of this into a little travel bottle so I can use it while I'm in Europe, because I know that this works really, really well for my skin, so I decided to take something in a smaller little like a decant bottle that I knew would work well. This is a really lovely toner. I don't like the scent. Even though it's unscented, it kind of just smells like chemicals to me, so I would go for the scented version or the regular preparation toner over this one next time, but it still works really, really well for me and I do recommend it. I find that the unscented version is just a little bit less moisturizing than the scented version. I finished off kind of three of the serum type products. So the first one is the Farmstay All-in-One Honey Ampoule, and I actually love the scent of this, but not so good. I don't use it for my face, I use it for my body because it's not hydrating enough to be used on my face, but it works really, really well on my legs. However, the jar is so impractical. This is super, super liquidy, so having a jar that is like really meant for thicker creams, it just doesn't work. So I ended up decanting this into one of my empty toner bottles from my last empties. So I haven't actually finished it, but I am getting rid of the jar because there's no point keeping it. I probably wouldn't repurchase it, but again, like I said, like I love the smell of this. I finished off the Ordinary Alpha Arbutin 2% with hyaluronic acid. I did enjoy using this. The bottle is so tiny though, so I feel like I don't know, I wish they came in a bigger bottle, especially because I was using this on my arms to help fade out tan as well. I feel like it helped a little bit with my acne scarring, but not enough for me to repurchase it. I finished off my beloved Cosrx Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. I always really enjoy this, but I feel like I'm not really missing it now that I'm not using it. So I'm not sure if I will repurchase this. I only finished it a couple of weeks ago, so I'm going to see how my skin goes. I usually love this and it makes my skin feel super soft and nourished, but again, I don't feel like my skin is missing it at the moment, so I'm not in a hurry to repurchase it. I finished off the last of my Etude House Sunjung 2x Barrier Intensive Cream. I really enjoyed using this cream and I felt like it did really nice things for my skin, but it is something that I would rather use in summer over than winter because it wasn't quite hydrating enough for me to use during winter and I needed to double up with a more occlusive layer afterwards, but it was still really good and it's a great travel size as well. I know you can get this in a couple of different sizes. So for sunscreen, I finished up the Sun Killer Perfect Strong Moisture. I really enjoyed this and I would definitely repurchase it for winter next year. It is quite hydrating and it does leave a little bit of a dewy finish, so I wouldn't repurchase it for the upcoming summer season. I would go for the Perfect Strong Plus, which is almost empty but not quite, over this in the summer because of the matte finish. For hair care, I finished up one of my holy grails, which is the Draco K-Pack Intense Hydrator Treatment for Dry and Damaged Hair. This is like my holy grail for bleached hair because obviously the top of my hair is very dark and the bottom of my hair is quite light. It's gone through about like 4 rounds of bleaching to get it to this color. My hair does not like being blonde. It is so annoying, and yes, I do miss that like ashy color that I had a couple of months ago, and I'm getting it toned like that next week, but the toner doesn't last long in my hair. It washes up within like 2 washes, which is so annoying. But this works so well for my hair. It keeps it really strong and moisturized, which I absolutely love. Plus it smells really nice too, and my hair like really absorbs the scent of products, so that's a good thing for me. I also finished off the Redken Blonde Idol BBB spray, which is supposed to be like a leave-in conditioner spray. I didn't find that this did that much for my hair, so it's not something that I would repurchase, although I did enjoy using it because it smelled nice. It didn't really feel like it left any like softness on my hair or anything like that, so not something that I found very useful. I finished up a nail polish remover as well. This is the Skin Food Nail Remover Lavender, and I thought that it would smell really, really nice, but it actually kind of smells like toilets, like lavender cleaning products, because it has such a strong chemical smell underneath. It is not pleasant, and I definitely recommend the Etude House Peach one over this. It still took off my nail polish really nicely. I didn't find it anything special in terms of nail care. It just kind of smelled bad. I finished off the last of my Oleans Russian Silver contact lenses, which are the contact lenses I'm wearing at the moment. I wouldn't repurchase these because I find that the colour is a bit too extreme. Sometimes it looks really good, and then sometimes I put them on with like a makeup look or an outfit and they just look bad, like they look weird. I think they're just too pale for my skin tone. I think they'll probably look really nice if you were like a bit more tan, but sometimes I feel like my eyeballs are like fading into my skin, which it doesn't look super good sometimes. I also don't find that the Oleans lenses are that comfortable for my eyes, so I need to put special drops inside them to make them more comfortable. So I probably would try maybe like another colour from Oleans, but I don't really like the brand that much. Oh, I forgot one of the hair ones. This is the Innisfree Green Tea Mint Fresh Scalp Scaler, which I had forgotten how much I loved. I haven't used this in ages, but I used it again and finished it up with my hair a couple of days ago, and I'd forgotten how much I liked it. My hair feels like so fresh and clean, so I am very, very happy with this, and I still have one of them left. I haven't bought them in ages and they've kind of sat in my cupboard because they're really little and I've forgotten about them, but still love these. Okay, now for makeup, I finished off the Skin Food Soy Nutri Foundation in the shade W1, and I pretty much used this solely for months and months and months because in the summertime I accidentally tanned myself, and I say on accident because all of my foundations are one colour, which is pale, apart from this one, which was slightly darker. So this is like the only foundation that actually fitted the skin tone for the rest of my body, so I had no choice but to continue using it. But I actually really enjoyed it, and by the end of the bottle I kind of miss it. I do really like this foundation. I don't think I would repurchase it again, just in the interest of keeping my content a bit more fresh. Obviously I don't want to just keep using the same thing over and over, otherwise I would never have anything to tell you guys. but I do absolutely recommend it. It made my skin look really, really soft, really, really nice, good colour, good longevity. Definitely recommend. I also finished up the Espoir Nude Cushion Dewy in the shade Porcelain, and this is the opposite. I really couldn't use this anymore because it was so pale. It just did not work for my skin anymore, and the cushion was starting to dry up. I was using it in the center parts of my face for more of a highlighted look, which did actually work really well, but the formula just started to get too dry and it looked really cakey and awful, so I knew it was time for this to be retired. But for the colour, I would definitely recommend the Espoir Porcelain because it is really, really light and it is quite yellow toned. It's a bit more neutral than I would love, but it actually still is a really, really great colour for those really porcelain princesses. We're talking lighter than NC or NW10, which is not like, oh my god, I'm Casper white. I'm whiter than paper, because nobody is that pale. This is a really, really, really good colour. I'm getting rid of one of my Vanillico cushion puffs. I've had this for 2 years and I've been using it for 2 years, and it is time for it to go because it is like so dirty and it's starting to disintegrate. But the Vanillico, I think these are the Ruby Cell cushion puffs. They work so well. I got like a little jar of 5 of them, I think, 2 years ago, and I've only just finished one of them, so that's a pretty good standard. For eyes, I finished up one of my Dolly Wink liquid liners from January, and also the Can Make Quick Easy eyeliner, which lasted maybe about 5 lines and then completely died. So Can Make, absolutely not. Dolly Wink, absolutely yes. This is like one of my holy grail liquid liners, and they work so well, and it's still not absolutely dead, but it only lasts a couple of lines before it starts to go grey, so it is time for this one to go in the bin and time for a new one. I finally finished up the Peri Pera Ink Color Cara volume setting. This is in the shade Deep Blue Navy Jeans, I think, and this is a really, really nice mascara. It's just gone dry because it's old. I think I got this at the start of the year, but it's still really, really lovely, great lengthening and volumizing, and it lasts all day too. My last empty is the Etude House Tear eyeliner. I can't remember what this one is called. I think it is the Crystal Tear, but it is literally like dry. I cannot get this to come out of the tube anymore, which is such a shame because I used to love this, but in reality, like, I haven't used it for years. I can't even see it on the back of my hand anymore. So I think I've had this for maybe like 4 years as well, which is so gross. But yeah, I don't know. I used to love these so much. I don't really anymore, but yeah. That one is going in the bin. And that is all I have for my empties in the month of August. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you next time.